All right, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to dive into the upper limit problem, specifically your upper limit problem, how you are limiting yourself from achieving and creating the life that you want in your relationships, in your business, quite literally in every area of your life, and how you actually may be self-sabotaging yourself. And most importantly, how you can break through the glass ceiling in your mind so that you can start creating the life that you want to be living the life that you deserve to be living, simply because you want it, because you desire it. My name is Gianna Badot. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, holistic life coach, and meditation teacher. And if you'd love deeper support beyond this episode, make sure you check out the resources linked in the notes below and grab access to the Rewired app. There's over 50 subconscious meditations to help you go deeper within yourself, stress less, and achieve more every single day. And these meditations are for you if you've done meditation in the past and you haven't been able to focus, or you haven't been able to stick with it because it didn't quite work for you. Subconscious meditations are very different than your traditional normal meditation. So try it on in the notes below. All right, let's dive into it. The upper limit problem. What is it? Well, most importantly, to put it simply, the upper limit problem is what is holding you back. Your upper limit is the amount of success, of love, of joy, of peace, of literally anything that you allow yourself to achieve and have before you start to self-sabotage it. So this is your limit. It's like a literal glass ceiling in your mind. And once you hit it, once you hit that barrier, then you start to self-sabotage, even if you know you want more. Let's say, for example, you have a business and you want to be charging more money. And in fact, you've already come up with the prices that you want to be charging. But because you have this limit in your mind of what feels comfortable for you to charge because of things you've gone through in the past or programming that you've received from your parents in the early years of your life, once you reach that limit of what you feel comfortable charging, you start to self-sabotage when you try to go above the limit, when you try to charge the new prices that you actually want to be charging. The same thing goes in a relationship. Let's say you want love, you want to have a healthy relationship, but every time you get close to that, let's say you met someone, you're dating, it's going really well, and then all of a sudden you start to self-sabotage, you start to pull back, you start to question if it's enough, if it's working, even though you're having fun, even though you're happy, because you have this threshold, this limit of happiness and of love that you allow yourself to enjoy before it's too much, before it doesn't feel safe to love anymore, because perhaps you've been hurt in the past. And because you've been hurt in the past, love doesn't feel safe. So when it starts to get too far, when it starts to get too serious, you self-sabotage the relationship, you stop the relationship. And you may blame it on other things, but it was just you feeling unsafe in having more. And so we could give countless and endless examples of how this upper limit plays out in life. It can actually even play out in a really simple area of your life around stress and feeling peace. Let's say you've finally achieved a place in your personal life where you feel at peace, you feel grounded, you feel things are calm, things are settled. But because you are used to having chaos, because you have always been in a state of stress, experiencing even the slightest amount of peace triggers you to reach that limit of how much peace you can achieve. And once you've reached that limit, you are back to creating chaos and stress for yourself. So that peace doesn't last that long. You are constantly creating new drama for yourself because it doesn't feel safe for you to be calm. Perhaps you grew up in a stressful, chaotic household. And because you grew up in that environment, it doesn't feel safe for you to be calm. It feels actually out of your comfort zone to feel at peace and to feel calm because your body's like, hey, this feeling's not safe. Or perhaps you've been at peace in the past, and when you've experienced that peace, something happened, shit hit the fan and went wrong. And because of that, you feel safer just being in chaos because, hey, at least you're ready for something to go wrong. These examples can go on. And really the root of your upper limit, so you can think of it as literally a glass ceiling that sits above the mind, your mind. This is a glass ceiling in your mind of how much happiness, success, peace, joy, money that you're able to allow into your life before you start to self-sabotage more, even if you want more. So there is this limit in your brain, and this limit is determined by the programming that is in your subconscious mind, the way you are hardwired, the way your brain has been trained to operate from a very early age. Now, this may be from programming that you received growing up from your parents, things that you saw growing up, traumatic experiences that you unfortunately went through in your life, whether it was in your childhood or in recent years that have shaped your subconscious and caused you to believe that certain things aren't safe for you to have because, hey, it caused you pain and trauma. Let's go back to the example of love. Perhaps you were in love in the past. You allowed yourself to open yourself up, to go all in, to share yourself. And when you did, your heart got broken. And so now it doesn't feel safe for you to love. Or perhaps you made a lot of money. You had a lot of success in your business. And then all of a sudden, you lost it all. Something went wrong. And now it doesn't feel safe for you to trust money will actually stay when you make it. So the bigger piece of this is starting to feel safe with more. And so how do you start to feel safe with more? You have to train your subconscious. You have to rewire your subconscious to believe that it's safe for you to have more. You have to heal those deep-rooted past traumas that are causing you to believe that it's not safe for you to have more, that it's safe for you to stay in that comfort zone that you're in right now. Because the truth is that a comfort zone may feel safe, it may feel secure, but it's not an awakened life. It's not a purposeful, fulfilling life. And you're not here on this earth to just sit in your comfort zone, especially if you know on a conscious level, you want more. And so there's a moment in your life that you will reach when you decide, I want more and I am deserving of the more, whatever that more is for you. And when you decide you want more, whether it is in your business, whether it is as a parent to your children, being better, being more conscious, being more present, whether it is in your relationship with, let's say, your spouse or wanting a new relationship, whatever it is for you, your career, whatever area of your life that you decide you want more in, your role and your job becomes making sure that you feel safe and capable of the more. And that there is no upper limit that's saying, no, 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 you can't have more. That's not safe for you. Stay in that comfort zone of yours that is much safer, that is much more secure. We can still have a comfortable, good life in that comfort zone, which maybe you can. Maybe you can still have a comfortable, safe life in your comfort zone. But if you want more, that itch for more is never going to go away. There's always going to be a part of you that knows you want more, that has this desire, this pull for more, and you will never fully feel fulfilled if you have a desire that you are not fulfilling. So if there is something that you want and you are ignoring it, you are going to set yourself up to feel a hole inside of you in some way. And so it's your job, again, to make sure that whatever this more is for you, and you can sit down and get really clear on what is the parts of your life where you want more and where you're not allowing it. Sit down with yourself and ask yourself, where in my life do I want more and how am I not allowing it? Ask yourself those questions. It's extremely deep and profound work to start asking yourself some of these questions. How often do you actually sit with yourself and talk with yourself? Ask yourself questions about yourself, your life, your desires. You're always focused on everyone else, but what about you? This is fulfilling the desires of the self, the deeper part of you that is driving your reality. And so to allow yourself to have more, you need to break through that ceiling in your mind. And so how do we break through the ceiling in your mind? As I've said, you have to find out what is in your subconscious, what belief system, what memory, what trauma is causing you to believe that it's not safe for you to have more. And then once you discover what that is, and this is a journey of discovery that you may need support on. Be very clear on that. If you have deep-rooted trauma, you definitely want to get support from a professional in the subconscious mind. Now, again, this is a journey of self-discovery and it might not happen overnight. But once you get clear around what that memory is, what that trauma is, what that belief system is, then you can rewire it. You can insert new programming into your subconscious that actually reflects your desires, what you want. And that's how you break through the ceiling in your mind. Because if you don't, you are going to find yourself in an endless cycle of self-sabotage. You'll be like a hamster on a hamster wheel, circling around over and over again in the same cycle, different movie, same scene, different situations. And so to get off the hamster wheel and to enter a new scene, a new reality of your life, you have to break through that ceiling in your mind. And that starts with awareness. It starts with awakening to the parts of you that you have been shut down from, that you have been blocking yourself from experiencing. And it's so easy to get lost in the day-to-day grind of life, of the to-dos, of parenthood, of work, of business, and not do the work on you. But the most important and powerful work of your life is the work you do on yourself. It is waking up to yourself every single day, knowing yourself at the deepest level of your being, because no one else can truly know you. And you can't create the life that you want if you don't know yourself. If you are shut down, if you are living asleep within yourself. So this is a journey of waking up, of awakening to the deepest, truest parts of you that have the wisdom, knowledge, and information that will support you in healing and growing, of success and of thriving in every area of your life, in whatever part of your life that you want to be successful, that you want to thrive in. Maybe you want to be a more present mom. That's something that I focus on every single day. Being present with my daughter is the most important part of my day. Maybe you want to make more money. You need to figure out what is blocking you. Because if you don't know, you're going to hit that ceiling over and over again. So this is the work of awakening to yourself, awakening to life, awakening to everyone around you, and having this deep, deep sense of self-awareness that you can come home to every day, a resting place within yourself, having a relationship with you. And so if you have deeper rooted trauma, let me repeat, it is very important that you do this work with the support of a professional in the subconscious mind, because there may be memories that resurface that are extremely painful, that you're going to need deeper support working through and rewiring and healing. And so you want to work with an expert in the subconscious, a certified hypnotherapist who can help you process and rewire and work through and make peace with some of the things that you've gone through. This is the work that I do with my clients. And if you feel called to reach out to me to see if it's a fit for us to work together, you can check out the link in the notes below to submit an application to have a consultation to work together one-on-one. Or I can support you in finding other support as well. I'm happy to support you and help you find the support you need, even if it's not with me. I just want you to have the support you need. So if you need support, please feel free to reach out. I can help you find the support you need, or if you feel aligned in receiving that deeper support from me, I'd be honored to support you on that journey if it's a fit for us to work together. So your upper limit is you. It is the limitation. It is that glass ceiling in your mind, and you can break through it by breaking through whatever is blocking you and stopping you. And again, to recap, what's blocking you and stopping you is the memories and belief systems in your subconscious that cause you to not feel safe with what you want. What you want doesn't feel safe for you. There is fear around it. You're afraid to have what you want. And because of that, you self-sabotage, maybe even unconsciously. Maybe you don't even realize how you are self-sabotaging. And you can break free from this through awareness, by awakening to the self, by waking up to your subconscious. By simply doing the subconscious meditations on the Rewired app, you're going to wake up to your subconscious. You're going to wake up to yourself. You're going to uncover deeper wisdom that has been buried within you in literally under 10 minutes just by listening to some of these audio recordings. So this process of waking up can happen just by listening to a recording because you're tapping into the subconscious. And so if you're ready to start tapping into your subconscious every day and awakening the wisdom, knowledge, and information that you need to create the life that you desire, that you want to be living, you can grab access to the Rewired meditations linked in the notes below. And to be clear, the biggest and most important part of this is self-awareness. It is having the awareness you need to create the change that you need. Without awareness, without understanding what is going on in here, there's no way you can even tell or decide or know what you need to change. You have to do the work, you have to go within, you have to gain and gather the information from within yourself. So I hope this supports you and serves you and helps you get started along your journey and understanding like where you are causing self-sabotage, where you are blocking yourself from reaching your next level in your business, in your relationships, as a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a human being, in any area of your life. I hope this supports you in starting the journey of discovery. And if you love this episode, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode along this incredible journey. And I'll see you next time.